I'm going to say now Shia Sanhedrin Daf Chof Aleph. It's the beginning of the fourth Perik after Dina Mamaynas. Zog the Gemara. Omer Rabbi Yochanan, Bishvil Lochas a Mam in Yisrael, which means Shleitina Deras B'fnei Lom. Amru, they say, means Bezin says, Heich Ati Yadesh Zeh Chayav Lazeh. So the question is here that Bezin just uses very few words. Misha says, Tzrichan Drisha B'chakira. So we're trying to do the least possible. That's what the Mefarshim say. He's trying to explain what that Dvar Torah, because that's what the Gemara says. Dvar Torah echadi in the moment the Shakira and Chomer Mekel, and he's trying to explain why the Chomer Mekel. What do we do lamaisa? He said the same thing. I'm like just ask in very simple language. Sie ihr beginnen der schon beginnen bij Yehuda. Gaat om de waarste gekaart was altijd. We gaat om wat selecteerd. Okay, so he said over that these two Chanina met Yehuda, they said over, one said this pasuk, one said that pasuk. So what is when do we say the waarste, when say tzedek tirdoif? Emat roya hadin sheitz lamita tzadkeu. Tzedek means just say right away. Tzadkeu means in a certain language, just justify it. Just don't be chayka so much. In other words, the Rashto Chakat which Alta Heitev means the opposite, means you should be chayka very much. That goes with the other Mahalach when he sees it's not so good. When he saw that the Adam said exactly the same things, have a chakar, was chayka, he saw it's not exact, then he was trying to be mechaber and say, oh, really, you are the same. Because he understood that if they're both saying the emes, then it's not so exact. And I'll go to a shtickle Gemara here that's not so clear, but I think I hope I got a good shot. Case at points from the schus, but in the first is to be schus. So the Gemara says, what is it? How do you do that? You say if she's the hargus and nefesh. Bezin says, is it possible? So that's in Lashon Bavli. It means Kalum yesh eid milazimam. Amr Rabbi Yossi im Kaini am echt mein yesh lam schus. Bacha ber v'siyoi v'yesh kan siyua. So this Gemara is not pashut at all. What is he trying to say? What is he? So I'm saying over my pshat, and again, everybody can figure out their own pshat. It's not you're just trying to be matzia a good pshat that makes the most sense in the words. It's going like this. If you are Agdamas to understand this Gemara, number one, he goes with the shitta that the aid himself cannot be lamed chus. That Mefarshim say that this machlekes later on. So he goes with the shitta that the aid himself cannot do the limit chus. He needs a friend. Okay, but what's the point of this whole argument? The point is like this: that if you scare him off in such a harsh way, you say, "Ooh, maybe we're gonna mazim you." So the second he's gonna hear that, he's gonna be crazy afraid because maybe the guy's gonna find false Adam to be mazim him, because that's what Bezin put into the head of the Ritzeach. So that means that he might be killed, the Eid or the Eidim. What's gonna happen is a friend is gonna also say, "Oh, you know what?" He's gonna take back. He say, "Oh, it's not really." He's gonna come up with some silly reason to justify the Ritzeach because he's scared the whole. He doesn't want that the Eid should say a Eidus that's machayev the person misa, because then the Eid himself is gonna be chayev misa if the hazama is gonna take place, because Bezdin is giving some encouragement for Mazimim to show up. Could be even false ones. Bezdin is giving like a pesach for these false mazimim. So that's why this person is going to be very afraid. He's going to try to find any crooked reason why to be mezaka the Ritzeach. That's why we Eshkan Siyua. Is this considered that? Can we consider this a Siyua? If so, it means that we have to be choishish. Every Siyua is false. And then he's finishing off. Im oimakin instance chavla edom. In Bichlal, the whole thing doesn't make sense. You're doing something wrong. You're trying to save the Ritzeach, and then you're trying to kill the Edom. That's also not fair. The Gemara, Bavi says this argument. The Gemara says no. The reason that what do you do? Edom Akasha means nobody's killed. That's what you can do. Omer B'yechan Kosh in Yedei Lodin Sesheves. The Tara Tam Mei Pamim and Yochel Leftoyach Beschus. The Gemara brings us that Bezin has to be able to say all kinds of pshetlich to be even be metar shirts. Gemara brings an example. Mabiyane Mai Nochash Shemeimis Toher Mad Chanochash Etzmeimis is Toher Agbe She'ene Meimis in addition to Toher. Agbe is Pashuto Oichilaf Agbe She'ene Meimis Tomei Nochash Meimis is Tomei. Or you can say the opposite. That's what Bezin has to be smart enough to figure out all kinds of kalvachoymes. Hezer Pincha is active meimes heitar ashkatona. Omar hu nachash hu akriv. You're right. The same kalvachoyme you can make an nachash also an akriv. Akriv should be tama. Omar betamon was called the mei metar sheret with tama be mei palm. He was able to be metar and then ask the kasha to say no, it's metama. But that Talmud didn't know how to paskin anything. He just knew a lot of Pulim and Kashas. He was cut off from Har Sinai. Shar for Loshen means he didn't really know how to learn. He just said, you know what to make Pulim shall have. You need at least two people in order to be Bechayder or Tzeach Misa. You need at least two people. And actually, Gemara is going to ask, it must be at least three people, because if you need 23 people, so it's how can you have, if you have 10 and you have to have 13 people to say Chayiv and 10 Zakai, so it's three people. But the Gemara talks about it in Bav. So the Gemara, Omer Abiyane, Ilo nitna toir chatuche lo hoyser regel hamida, lo ye efshe lo oilun v'skayim, shekol echad yamid b'shetosser. The Torah was given that is open, a lot of things that are open and they're not closed, and people can always argue. In order to give everybody an Hamida. It's not. What does it mean exactly? The regular Hamida. What is he trying to say? There's other pshatim here. Look at God. Eden playing. I've said pshat means that each one wants to find his shit that each one can argue around. But I'm not sure what this language means. The regular Hamida. It's interesting language. Martam, Rabbi Shem Moshe, Omer van Shalem, the Eni Hechi Halacha. Tell me what's halacha? Is it this or that? Like, it sounds like Hashem gave the Torah, he gave both shittas. Amalei Achram Lahatas, Rabbi Zakum Zachu, Rabbi Mechai V'chai, the Shtei Torah Dersh, Mentas Ponim. We want to give everybody a chance. I think the right way would be not Shkolech D'Yam Shetosoi. The regular Amida. I'd say like, make it a little bit better. Kodesh Baruch Hu. Rotzo. Shekol Echad. Yimtzo Shitasoi. everybody should find his shit in the Torah. I think that's the meaning in this statement. So the Gemara, Digla Hava means memtes. This Gemara memtes ponem. Memtes Torah, Emes Shem Mas Torah Kes Torah by the Earth, Mezukah Shabasoyim. It's 7 times 7. It's 49 ways of Torah to Torah and its Torah. Emes says, "My Shra Mehevucha," that Hashem. It says in that same pasuk, "Meshra Mehevucha." This brings Ikar Havas Torah comes from this, that everybody finds his way in the Torah. Not sure, but that could be pshat. Meshra Mehevucha. Dine Mamayis Machzirin Bein Eschut Bein Lechoyv. In the Fashes, Machzirin Eschut, they Machzirin Lechoyv. You cannot return Lechoyv. If the Bezin made a mistake, and they, by mistake, said a schus, you don't pull it back and say, "Ooh, we got to make a choiva." You don't return it in order to make a choiva. So what brings down a pasuk for this? No, you ain't out zakai. Forget about it. Don't turn him back. Maybe you should, if he's chayiv and he finds his chus, not going to attack. He's knocky. That's something else. Now comes another Gemara that's also torn beer harbe and a lot of pshatim and things said. And again, I'm going to say my pshat, but not sure if it's right. I said I wrote a wrong pshat. I'm going to fix it now. He said, "Afilu zaka lo yishanya." He's polygamous nisan. He's arguing he holds that. So this is the where it's very, very difficult to understand. How can he argue on a Mishnah? But all the other pshatim are even harder to understand. So there are some places in Yerushalmi where Amiroim are saying lace. It's not true. We can't hold like this Mishnah. So he says lo shanya. It's not true. Lo shanya. Elafila is daka b'tos machzir nois. That's what he says. Even if it's daka b'tos machzir noisai and you mechayiv him. If you could find it a better pshat, then go for it. So he's going with a Mishnah that no, that if it's b'tos, you are machzer. I'm sorry, you're not machzer. If you're not machzer l'choiva, he's going not like a Yitzchak, right? He holds that like our Mishnah. She's asking, even if the Torah is such a simple zach, your patch got uncovered. It means that it's such a question you can't ask. Nereis Oram. Everybody can be melamed schus. The nefashis, we don't allow anybody. What do you mean? It means Talmidim, people that sit in front of Bezin, cannot be melamed choiv. Rabbi Omar, oh, I forgot something. You cannot change your mind. You can always change your mind. Once you said already as chos, you cannot change your mind for choiv. That the Gemara says that only in such a case, then you have a right to change your mind even to be melamed choiv. No. Once you said chos, you cannot change your mind for choiv. Like the Mishnah din of Mamman is done, you ain't going to lie, the Farshas ben Yoim, going to be Yoim. Okay, we'll leave this over for the next blot. So this is Daf Chof Aleph.